What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and I want to bring you a quick update video on Terraluna Classic, why I am so bullish and why I think we're going to see a strong move to the upside very shortly with Luna Classic. So again, this might be your last chance to really get into this, to make some gains. Not financial advice, just my opinion as always. But don't forget to subscribe to the channel where we talk about Terraluna Classic and crypto every single day. Let's get into it. So we can see here, looking at the daily chart from the relaunch, if you like, of Luna Classic, we saw a big sell-off, we saw all this money leaving, and then we saw it all flood back in, and that tends to be the story of Luna Classic right now. Now, we've trended sideways, generally picking a little bit of volume up here and there, but sat currently at the 9682 range, hovering just below that 3001. Now, I think, and ever since we've had the noise of the burn tax coming on, people are waiting to see what happens. People want to know ultimately what Binance is going to do, all these big exchanges. Are we going to see this live on their exchange networks, which will ultimately really start to reduce the supply? Now, that is to be said, all we can do is build and make sure we're ready. But as things start to happen and things start to come online, we get even more excited and certainly more bullish on what's going to happen. So we've seen the swap feature has been enabled on Terra Station. Now, just for absolute clarity, this is using almost one of the validators. So we see TerraSwap or Astroport in order to facilitate the transaction. So it's not specifically on the blockchain as it was, but it's another utility that's landed back on. We know staking is incredibly close. We're expecting that 26th of August. It's 12 days from now. And then we're expecting the burn tax in the 19th. So for me right now, people are sort of saying, well, nothing's happening with Luna Classic, but why would it? People are just going to wait and see what happens. We've got such big catalysts about to land over the next 3 weeks that people don't even know what's coming. This is going to be insane. I genuinely think we're going to see a strong move on the back of all of these utilities, and they are landing in very quick succession. Now, we have another vote put towards the validator voting restrictions. So again, this is TFL and Terra Rebels working hand in hand. So it says here, the previous validator voting restrictions only handled an increase in voting power through the message handler delegate command. The following refactoring pull request moves the validator restriction code to the delegation go keeper. This will protect against greater than 20% voting power in delegate, redelegate, and creator validator situations. So just sort of gives you the code there in terms of what they're going to do. So again, just making sure that this is absolutely right for when we relaunch. Now, again, we do see these continuations of the burn. We've seen a 1.1 billion Lunatics token come through. You can see just some of these are really starting to increase in some big volume. And again, this is all community funded tokens and community driven tokens that are being burnt. And you can see the volume is just starting to increase. We're seeing, 100 million on Lunatics, 10,000, 2,000, 100,000. There's just more and more starting to come through on this. So, a really quick video, but I just think there is so much coming with Luna Classic. I think there's such a huge potential with it. And we've hovered around, like I said, this 96 to 3001 for quite some time now. Volume at 104 billion is quite low compared to where we have been, but people are waiting. Imagine when we land staking, when the swap is fully functional and we put a 1.2% burn tax on all of those transactions, this is going to start to move like I think people don't really understand. And I think people that bought in, people that got in at a good price, or equally maybe even getting now, could see some really strong gains on their money. Again, not financial advice. You've got to do your own research. But like I said on most of my videos, I have been buying. I have been making sure my bag is ready because I believe with this community behind this project, the utility that we're building, and the fact that this project came from the ashes, it was written off to having swap, burn, and staking rewards. I think we're in for a pretty exciting September, if I'm totally honest. But let me know in the comments down below, are you still super bullish on Luna Classic, or are you done with it? I'll catch you in the next video.